Sometimes a tree has to be cut down. If the trunk is drying out, diseased, or threatening a structure, it is inevitable. After removing the tree, the second step is removing the stump. This can cost you extra if you hire a professional service. If you leave the stump to rot on its own, it can take years. You certainly don't want to be tripping over a stump in your yard for that long. With some species, such as walnut and black locust, new shoots will grow from the stump and spread like a bush. Fortunately, you can learn how to destroy a stump yourself and prevent regrowth. One of the most commonly used techniques is drilling holes in the stump. For this purpose, we use a spade bit, also known as a flat wood bit. We place the bit on the drill and then begin the work. Holes with a diameter of 30 millimeters are drilled. You should drill the holes as deep as possible. This is not easy, especially if the wood is hard. So be persistent and patient. It is easier with a standard wood drill bit, but it has a smaller diameter. Once we have drilled the holes, we will clean the sawdust off the stump. What should we pour into them now? First, I pour in vinegar. Vinegar dries out the living tissue of the plant. It penetrates deep into the root system and speeds up the decay process. It is known as a natural herbicide. The stump will absorb the vinegar, so the treatment needs to be repeated. Check the holes, and if they are empty, refill them. For a more effective result, vinegar with a higher percentage of acetic acid should be used. After a few days or weeks, we move on to the second ingredient. We pour salt into the holes. Fill each one to the top. Finally, cover the stump with black plastic sheeting. This protection prevents rain from washing away the salt. It also deprives the stump of light and oxygen. Secure it with bricks or rope. It would be a mistake to expect these ingredients to destroy the stump immediately, but they will certainly accelerate its decomposition. Keep in mind that a rotten stump is much easier to remove than a freshly cut one. A fresh stump can be very strenuous to dig out manually, depending on the trunk's diameter. Before you check out other methods, share the video with friends interested in this topic. Leave your experiences in the comments. There are other ingredients that can be poured into the holes. Some sources suggest gasoline or diesel to dry the stump out faster. But this seems like a less eco-friendly method than vinegar and salt. Also, urea can be used to destroy stumps. It should be understood that it does not act like an explosive. The stump will not disappear overnight. However, a decomposition process that would naturally take 10 years can be shortened to just 1. Urea is a nitrogen-rich fertilizer. When added in high concentrations, it drastically speeds up rotting. This is because nitrogen feeds the fungi and microorganisms that break down the wood. There is also the burning method. It is effective, but the least safe. The fire must be slow and controlled. The holes in the stump are filled with a flammable substance. Kerosene is used, not gasoline. Kindling is placed on top. The fire can burn for several hours and must not be left unattended. Be very cautious. If there are other trees nearby, there is a risk of fire. This method is not applicable everywhere. It is important to check local regulations regarding open fires. There are also machines for destroying stumps. Renting such a machine costs less than hiring a service. The machine, called a stump grinder, gradually nibbles the stump and roots with a blade. This continues until everything turns into sawdust. In the end, all you have to do is fill the hole. These methods have proven to be the most effective solution for extremely hard tree species, where traditional digging is almost impossible. If you are dealing with oak, beech, or old walnut stumps, you already know how massive and resistant this wood can be. With these hard varieties, chemical decomposition and controlled burning are the most efficient ways to soften the wood structure from the inside. No matter how stubborn the stump is, these techniques will eventually weaken even the strongest roots. On the other hand, with softer tree species such as linden, willow, or fir, these processes are often unnecessary. Their wood has a lower density and retains more moisture, creating ideal conditions for fungi that naturally accelerate rotting. In these cases, the stump becomes soft and brittle after just 1 or 2 years, allowing you to remove it easily with a simple axe without using any chemicals. It's interesting to know that a stump doesn't always have to be the enemy of your yard. If you're not in a hurry, you can hollow out the center even more, fill it with fertile soil, and turn it into a unique, natural planter for flowers. As the plants grow, their roots and moisture will naturally speed up the decaying process from the inside out. Like the video and subscribe to our channel. Share your experiences and any stump removal tricks we might have missed in the comments below. Your experience could really help someone else.